Karibu sana, tukaribishe Mheshimiwa Kiptur atuongeleshe kwa dakika 2. Makofi.
Asante sana, thank you very much, the leader of our delegation, Honorable Cherule, the county women rep of a great county in Kenya, that is Nakuru County. One of the few ladies who surely got close to 1 million votes.
Wow.
I happen to have gotten 20,000, so when you get somebody who did close to 700,000 is not one. And Agutiloga, Koroga Mamwa, again, allow me to recognize those of you that have come with us from Kenya. I know there are a few other government officials who came along, including my spouse. I think there is also Tibet from the Office of the Head of Public Service. So can you come up? Yes. That gentleman works with the Office of the Head of Public Service. Begin him a copy of. And then, of course, the First Lady of Nandi Hills constituency came along with me. So, to start off, ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday evening, for about 2 hours, I had the opportunity to meet the head of state, His Excellency William Ruto. And I told him I was going to be coming here, and he has sent his warm greetings to all of you. In fact, it took quite a lot of time. By the time I was leaving there, I know Madam kept calling me because we were actually running late. But His Excellency was very passionate about all of us, particularly GOTABGAA, Chomo President William Ruto Nemo. So I thought it was very important for all I share that with you. Secondly, is I want to really salute on behalf of us leaders in Bolimbaga, Okwete Kyogu to Yoni from the year 2003, and you've kept it burning. Those of you who set the foundations, I want to really salute you, sir. Arabono, Ambassador Rono. And I was told so there was a Professor Rugot in absentia, right? We truly honor you. Was a vision like that. How many of those that are here today? Thirdly, is because we are a unique breed of people. That I would believe about the Ibunu, Kogyogonit, Kamukta, walked to Kenya the second time after doing so for 24 years. Maraisi. Kolagini Guyu, Oyekwa, you wanted the Mabarget, Villager, Amanabi one. Nalek, Tiken, William Kewal Kenya will need. Pogarara nit, namutai na okchok chigmito uno, komu jogowega. Abino ko song ngedere, abot no in Kenya, abugi woget na woge wale Bolimbaga to gumye. Abot no sa sishe, ne society galage, ke tuboron ye, in komutai woge ni kasi shek ni sing, ostir ko sa sishe, amugi wogutit. Na dahil sa tayo in Kenya, kumole ginaumpia. When Moi was leading our nation, this kind of noises were there. Kaya on chi the babuti naging dogara teacher and a bui no luguti ninyo. Gideon big useseni. When I get the Aputin Matan to go missing. Why can Rogat the Bauru Kenyatta? with the complete misuse and misrule. Pag isi sa atin, ako ay kagiwege ganang kidwage. In 2.5 years, or now close to 3 years, I want to share with you some achievements. At kaso mo, sa ladies and gentlemen, great Kenyans here today. In the last 3 years, we have been able to move the economy of Kenya. In Africa, we were ranked number 8 in 2022. When you look at the IMF report right now, we are ranked number 6. We have actually moved 2 slots in under 2.5 years. It is very interesting because many of us that I'll be addressing today are learned people. Look at the statistics. The inflation in Kenya in 2022 was at 9.6. Right now we are doing 3.8%. It is common knowledge. The exchange rate was 167. Right now it is oscillating between 129 and 130. And it has stabilized over a long period of time. For the first time in 5 years, the import cover is at 4.8, the highest in 6 years. Import cover about 1.4 trillion shillings in terms of about $10 billion. So going in the taban, sugary importers have stabilized and dollar in Ngemi. For the first time, the lending rate, the central bank will reduce it, giving it 18%. But I think about a month ago, it was announced that we are now doing at 9.75. And all of this is because of our focus leader, Ngemi. Ngemi on June, if Ngemi talk Christy top. Chegi go get kapsa ge teme. Pongete ge lo di so brioni. And President took some very decisive decisions, one of which is what Lisa talked about, focusing on subsidizing production rather than consumption. And one of the products that we need is subsidized fertilizer. The Keiyo for me is 7,000 shillings. Kiwe for the 2,500. In fact, I can confirm to you, in the budget now, boy, we still put 8 billion shillings. So that I can start subsidizing fertilizer. And this fertilizer will get changed. Meet the fertilizer the Mande, meet the Bachai, meet the Bagawe, and in all of them, I can confirm to all of us that we have almost double-digit production in maize, in sugar, in tea, and in coffee. For the first time, for the first time, we are not again importing sugar. In fact, the way the reforms in the sugar sector, we will actually be exporters of sugar in our country. Nairobi. Everything was damaged because people were hungry. As we speak right now, is a matter that we watching. But right now it's oscillating between 45 and 50 shillings, which of course it means we have covered that with the agriculture. Now, I want to share with us a very critical item. And the reason why the president insisted that I need to talk to us is because many people reflect what you say here. You are like a mirror here in America. Okay, no low influencer decisions about the media and it is important for me to have about 2-3 minutes to share these things. So the right things because you are independent. More fair in your hearing. Kingeto ngoliot of SHA, the Social Health Insurance Fund, Universal Health Care. For 2002. But it became a challenge because of self-interest of the insurance companies, which was so selfish around one community. SHA or give universal health care because it is going to deny them premiums. But the president told us, if Keiyo can deliver what will change the lives of Kenya, not for us, but for the sake of the generation to come. And so we passed a very tough bill. Maybe was SHA. Even born again among more chief. But what are the benefits that have come through? Ogero. NHIF. Maybe it is 6 million salary people who went to premiums. We want to do something that will take everybody on board. After all that, listen to me. We now have 23 million subscribers in SHA. When we started, we used to do a collection of 15 million premiums per day. Right now, we are doing 45 million premiums per day in SHA. Something noteworthy. NHIF Kogigibendi at a loss of 1 billion shillings every month. NHIF was not sustainable. It was bound to fail. But I have good news for you. After working the tough challenge by the hard decisions made by His Excellency William Ruto, right now we have savings close to 500 million every month. What is this going to do for us? Number one, we are continuing to expand services, and we will expect in the very near future, hospital level 1, level 2, and level 3. You will not pay anything when you go seek treatment in those particular hospitals. I am sure in this part of the world, you tend to understand what this means. Number 3 is that in those hospitals as well, Keiyo committees, Marakwet counties, Gideon committee about those hospitals. So when you get treated, Chebichii services will be managed by those committees. Our Chebichii would cancer direct because it will be digitized. Ngemi Benard tamani, Keiyo the Benard tamani Nairobi. I know this information is very important. Because SHA is working. Wow, that's 3 months to almost 1 year. It is because of a decision of for one reason or another, and I will be able to explain in a few. So we now have committees. Hospitals in Bolimbaga dispensaries too. Okay, the service levels are top. And let me give you a scenario again. Okay, the equipment with the MRI. Kimutuka Buni name the MRI, Kimutuka hospital is 50 hospitals. Casting we're installing all those hospitals MRI. And it has been costed. How much does it cost for somebody to do an MRI? And what is the service level argument? The SLA. Take a young low with a patient in a common resource. After to get the balance of talent on a costed value. It has now been standardized. Finally, I had the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, when we were in a conference in Mombasa, to go through the system of SHA. We are going to have an AI running that SHA system in the near future because we are collecting a lot of information, a lot of data. Talking master, the community go malaria. Kimaster now will be dysentery. So what we'll be doing is we'll be sending those trucks beforehand to those particular areas and specialty that is required in those particular places. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it will be counted that His Excellency William Ruto in under 3 years will be able to deliver to Kenyans one of the life-changing healthcare provision in the name of Social Health Insurance Fund for all Kenyans to be able to have quality healthcare and therefore be productive in changing our nation. About in the leg of housing. Yesterday we had a guest, I think director from Uasin Gishu County. I would have expected her to be here. I don't know whether she had an opportunity to speak. Like when we started the issue of housing, you remember there was a lot of fight against William Ruto on that space. Of why we invested in housing to get the Ingledoret of Wagage Mokori to Joe Pioneer. In Nairobi, the places, the strategic. We are Lanata. We are Kikuyu. Of Wawan Goriju, of Wegetu, Misa. These houses are good. With the pork and a Gulago pork and a good to pork. Sigame Temba, Baga came one again in town with the meeting, Gulago to Baga, Ungain Garden, who got Sabbath. There are some buildings that are being done in Kipchumba. In Nandi Hills, I have about 700 units that have been placed in Nandi Hills. Sigemete Baroni Bagani, but Tishe, like the Mutua Hokjo of Pataoni, will let me say Karibu, a very good nurse, because when you are doing that affordable housing program, so we refurbish all the schools within. We also provide internet. We provide a health center that is well equipped, courtesy of these funds that we've been collecting. This issue, never housing, successive governments in the past, like Uhuru government, where it had only 13,000 units for 10 years. Already, more than 2 years, gave me the size of 200,000 units being built. Our we might 1,500, and they are still being counted. Take it from me, ladies and gentlemen. This is the government that will sort out the dignity of housing in our country forever. Those people who are fighting this housing program will be taken away because they know we are going to change the cost of rent in towns. Because the current young God will begin at 20,000 shillings and go 15,000. And I got 5,000 for a 1-bedroom house. But you cannot be able to have that house at 20,000 or 50,000 in terms of the rental. You have to come way below 5,000. And I know but on this one they are paying 5,000 to own. This is revolutionary. This is leadership. It was painful at the beginning. Those decisions. And it took even some of us who were new a lot of time to understand what the president was telling us to do. Like in and we say we would support William Ruto without thinking twice. Now we are seeing the fruits of those hard decisions that were made by President William Ruto. What am I trying to say? I'm going to also more. Oba participated on Gori Jugoli Baga. Sige they walked a strategy to the Homita, Chedegi Taylor Town, and an don't come late on this. Finally, I'm talking into something else that the president has really done tremendously, and I think he will be our great ambassadors. And I have some name in Kenya. Keep up physical and I have CBC when we took up leadership. Our name we knew CBC. I can tell you confidently that the government now has been able to decisively show direction in a leg of some need for CBC. Classrooms in excess of 15,000. Something Negito works at before. That a government could do this for the issue of in junior secondary school. Nebo aeng ko historic kesir mwalimuinik elibu konom lo. And I have good news for all of you. Ogaso, by 2027, there is a likelihood that mwalimuinik elibu pokona genge in Kenya. But tomorrow we mwalimuinik to go libagaje give training the teachers. Ogas na lelo mo ay anangawa ni kisi tumising. But these are real. I guess we are the on the facts. Among engaging in the debate, among Majamichi, lakini we will work. We will change this nation. Whether they like it or not, for the purpose of history. Away the one to go out with the Gina Moy of Baje. Something else for universities taking it in Kenya, Okaso, 2022. I can tell you confidently, over 23 universities were closing down on account of financial challenges. University, it is being worked out. But I can tell you universities like Ikaton University and the rest are now back on their track. What really changed? Some of the policies that William Ruto did. Marakwet committed secondary school. When the Elibu Bono, Elibu Sitini, Elibu Bokon. Konyango at university, Kotamene, Elibu Tamanakno. Among university standard rate by every student. So what they did is every student pays Chepono Jamege. And that is the reason why, right now, Pomila will take within 100% in Bono scholarship. So, when we get to him, important and government is not going to pay for you. You pay that. And it has now, we are seeing the fruits of the same. Now we are able to have universities coming back on their feet. Myself, and I know my colleagues have also done, I sponsored recently 2,300 young people over Sukul Negile Olesos National Polytechnic, which was historic. And I've given some good news for us. But I went further that by September, we will get like 3 months courses. These technical courses, I would like to have a last seat, number 2 papers, and now called a ticket. And they are sponsored by government. These are the radical measures in terms of education that His Excellency William Ruto and his government are doing back at home. Without excuse, the bottom one and the old two to the mega, Kotawangayo, the connected or the connect to me, with the Simo City. Wangalega in Terrazzo, Wangalega Stimoji. It is now happening. I can confirm to you, I have sponsored 2,300. I'll give a race to it is painful. It was a challenge. But I can tell you it is a reality. We are changing lives. So I'm going to some more back to encourage them to talk to of what you are authority. In John, I know there are a lot of things I wanted to talk about there, that we removed the CRB delisting. The National Fund has been able to spend 65 billion shillings at 8%. Every village he got 3.5 million shillings in a program in Lenyota. The idea you are given 50,000 shillings grant. And that is what the president was telling me, you know, more works, some of these programs, on in housing program, 250,000 jobs that have been created there. Export jobs, we have about 400,000 in our database from the time we took over this position. At 110 on the green climate jobs, Some kanilo ko some president gorako kanejo asomo kanejo ngin oya to kwe kan mga rosa ko to ta jang ko libagage kwa biton yakite. O gere mo no kararan das bile ni sa nasema amai so na mai uta ko ale ni kama dang ka buta ni ngi mo ara i. Ang makwaya ni huye amai so eta nyo to so ko gere there are so many opportunities that are here. I wanted to talk about the financial institutions, and in particular I wanted to talk about Imarisha Sacco. Imarisha Sacco, I want to thank you very much because of one thing. Of course, I bank with you guys, and I was introduced to you by a colleague, senator, who told me we are doing business and you're not in Imarisha Sacco, then I don't know what you're doing. But one thing I want to thank you for is your mentorship program to other SACCOs, and in particular, I'm being biased on this. We have a SACCO in Nandi called Trans-Elite County SACCO. That we have to build our own financial institutions. So it is important our child Bongani Golini or which Kodo Kwok or one is supported financial institutions to John Gulibaga. Nandi or later of meaning in the Trans-Elite County SACCO, these guys are actually supporting them. So you all know they Kodo Yura. We don't support one out of no Kirogi because support, and I can tell you, all these institutions under the tutelage of these great people from Imarisha. Go to Gutagi mo kasi kung important to mo po sa Bulimbaga, aleka mismanagement na ito. So wala daw to no kasi sa encourage ni what you are doing. Di balit. Body on ito sa tango Bulimbaga. Amo daw na yole ajek tigi mitigi ko agad. Ako challenge na ko biti ko sa diet na morno bitap ken. You had me some time back. When we started war with Gideon, committee very powerful in Kenya, the TikTok Kilagitu, came with a budget committee. Budget that time that I can assure you that we are going to benefit as the Kalenjin nation in a big way. We had a problem, and that problem is solved by the fact that Gideon was chairman. But that position is extremely critical. The 60%. But this one, I can guarantee you, as members of parliament, and Lisa will tell you, this time round as a team. This time through the board at when you will see it yourselves. There was 4 billion. Okasana biga ka jomiu. Imucho ngeno ko ketura ono lugumi ka ngumunye tayimbawi. I can assure you in this budget and the next one, and we hopefully among the election, you will see tremendous changes in Bulimbaga. Kung budget committee will and instructions sa farm to go bagi it. Papa daw ko na visit na kay tayo to show. Most Pichu. I would like to tell you what was all you maging again. Have killed the one that's right on it. Keep on engine. Like it was soon, but I made your value like the number one engine. And I know and that is already working in Kenya. I will get the case I will get deliberate. Is it a long of Kenyan good? Never time get one day who are going to soon the ranks. Whom are going to give my toy? The boy, Agro Mendubudu, was strategic places, Ubigo Ye. Sisi North. Ratat kabisa. Ako issue, bakit ko rin update tayo ka mornon kita Kenya. Now one of the last illustration. Kita ngel piju, now one of an example in Jogu Nandi. Mi ore ne kiogas ke ure maki Nandi Hills Road. Nje kiogas. Kung ginamura na, kung kiagrat ore tam 94 kilometers per one road. Nebulu mosom, nebo de Sumei, nebo de Ngemi, nebo kwa SES. Nebo de ako le sos aki toka na mei maki kwa Nandi. Si aga biti puno tega biti. Kipchumba toy gene lo ke wati of 40 million. Kung gine kaya ko mamyore, lakini ginaturo de baka pogo. Kung ginamore 100 kilometers again taking to follow. Nebo tagare lo ke jugo do follow so jadi nge 40 na bati to ki go into 40. That is all we go to start ora to le jiboli. Lakini ndo kasana. Kenu ko ge wan kenu mo ko mi ngale data tangwa tana. Ko go de bak kumbachi. So one in the new era into only go to Joe Toy Goala Awala Sagani among His Excellency President William Ruto again me take walking. I'm taking more now over set was willing to be aligning your Cameroon division or met or Sean in again on the Kabuli. Let me tell you, he would keep walking at a number of times. I was taking from the US going to Nairobi. I will let them this decision. Utau, I'm going to Gigi. More to the government. So I'm talking about this decision now, American president. Of course, I did. I'm only you go when you're not okay. Was the right thing for our country. And I will still come back because we love you. God bless you and we wish all of you all the very best. Thank you very much.